You're about to listen to the award-winning Stuart Pedasso Show. This show is for biologically and emotionally mature audiences. If you should not be here, please go away. We'll still be here when you're mature enough to partake. Mwah!
Hey everyone.
Hey.
Welcome to the Stuart Pedasso Show. I'm Dave.
I'm Melissa. I'm here.
And you might like, that doesn't sound like Dave. I know, I think it's a combination of summer allergies, these Canadian wildfires creeping down, and I find that when I go in and out of different temperatures, like air conditioning to outside and stuff, it kind of messes with my voice a little bit. So I'm going to see if this beer will help.
I bet it'll help. I don't think it'll hurt. I don't think it'll make it worse.
Well, if it does, I don't care. I'll have beer.
He'll have beer, so it won't matter.
Yeah, so it won't
yay
matter.
beer.
But in the meantime, you just got to deal with his voice.
I think it's kind of sexy.
Is it?
It's sort of Deborah Winger sexy.
Great. I've always been shooting to emulate Deborah Winger. She's still around?
I don't know. But Dan and I were talking about voices because I think Natasha Leone's voice is hot. Well, we both agree that she's hot.
I know who that is.
Yeah. Dan and I both think she's hot, and we are in agreement on that. You know, we're totally into her. But I think her voice is also really sexy. And he's like, it's all right. He's like, oh. I go, oh no, totally. I go, if I was in bed with her and she said that she'd have me for sure. Well, she'd have me anyway because she's hot. But her voice is extra hot.
Fair enough.
So Natasha Leone, in case you know, I think my husband would be all right with it. So, all right.
Speaking of which, daily shout out
bisexual, so I think it's okay.
to PRD for his birthday yesterday.
His birthday yesterday. We had a thank you, Dave.
Is he a big celebrator?
No, he's not. He's actually not a big celebrator. He prefers to kind of lay low. And that's what we did yesterday. It was kind of crappy weather though yesterday, so it was a good day to lay low. We watched some TV together. We got this is Rochester peeps, but there's a new place on Monroe Avenue called Master Falafel. I got this pita from there. It was freaking amazing. It was like chicken with some like garlicky, oniony sauce in it, but then it also had some pomegranate in it, so it had a little bit of sweet, and it was fucking good. Get that. So y'all try this new place, Master Falafel. It was really good.
Okay.
We didn't get falafels, however, even though Dan and I really like falafels.
Fine.
And his mom came over and we opened some
menu.
gifts. I did some things. It was, yeah. He didn't sleep well the night before, so he really didn't feel like doing anything. Like we talked about going out to dinner, and I said I did buy us the Master Falafel that got delivered to us, but I said I'd spring for dinner. You know, I'm not completely broke. I could do that. Still haven't got my disability check, of course, because that takes fucking forever.
The government.
Man,
we got plenty of stuff to talk about the government. We had some other stuff to get into. Yeah. Let me do some housekeeping.
Anyway, we got some housekeeping. Sorry, I'm just
So this is literally...
I haven't seen anybody other than my husband for days.
We're going to talk about that. We're going to get into it. Because we said last week you were on assignment. We're going to talk about what your assignment was.
Yeah,
Carrie was like, what's her assignment? I was like, you're just going to have to wait. I don't know. I didn't know what we were talking about.
You're right.
So I just said you're on assignment.
Yeah.
It was an interesting assignment.
Yeah.
So literal housekeeping. Literal. So yes,
literally in your house
and keeping it. So a couple days ago, I was downstairs because Dickoff Studio is in the attic. It's on the 3rd floor, and I was on the 1st floor with the cat because that's what we do. And we both heard this huge, loud crash. And at first, I thought it was the ice maker. Right? Because it makes noise.
It does make. They make noises. Yeah, we don't have a fancy thing like that. But yours can be a little loud.
Yeah, it can be a little loud.
Okay.
But it didn't sound like that. I thought it was either outside or upstairs. And I'm like, is there someone here? And the cat was on alert.
Of course she is. Yeah. Well, she's skittish anyway.
Yeah. But she was like on double
super
alert.
duper high alert.
And I haven't been feeling that well myself, and so I was just kind of like, oh fuck it. If it's a murderer, they're just come take me now. I'm fine. Whatever.
I mean.
So later, when I came into the studio, there was something. A shelving unit that was on the wall just totally fell off. and there was shit all over the place, and it was just crazy.
Right, you did have a shelving unit.
Yeah, well, it's sitting over there. So, just really weird. So, I didn't do well attaching it to the wall. I've used anchors.
It was like you used anchors, right?
Yeah, and they apparently are in the wall.
So they're in the wall, but they
didn't.
The screws fell out.
Fell. So,
all right.
So we'll be redoing
just
that.
Need a second. Probably just need another anchor.
Yeah, whatever. We'll figure it out. I'm gonna goddamn super glue that bitch up.
You just need a second. You just need another anchor. What do you got up there? 2? I'd put a third one up there.
We'll figure it out.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm a handy person.
You are a handy person. My wife's a handy person too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make her do it.
You can. I'm sure she could. You know what? I'm sure she'd be happy to do it because I know her, and she'll probably do it right the first time.
Yep. As opposed to me, who just wings shit because I don't know what I'm doing. And that's totally fine.
Both ways will work. It just one is a little bit more. It's just better.
So, okay, now let's get to Stuart Pedasso housekeeping.
Let's do it
because I actually need your help with something. I didn't think this would be a thing. It's turning out to be more of a hassle than I thought it would be. So if you haven't been listening or you haven't been paying attention when you were listening, a new endeavor that we've done here in the Stuart Pedasso media empire is Cool Cats for Change. Mm-hmm. And just like it's spelled, coolcatsforchange.com. And there's a Facebook page and there's a Twitter account, and it's stuff's going up there. First, it was just things you can do, internet-y kind of email your representative and sign a petition kind of thing. And September 17th, save that date because there's going to be a March for Climate Change in New York City.
Oh,
so if you're in the Northeast, are you going to be around?
That'll be huge.
I've already talked to my wife. I plan on going to that.
When is it?
It's Sunday, September 17th.
Oh, awesome.
So and there'll be more stuff posted about that at Cool Cats for Change and all that jazz. But the funny thing is, I really can't do the super blowout kind of publicity stuff with Cool Cats until I do something about a logo or a mascot. Mm-hmm. And so I went back to the person who did Stuart's graphic design, and she said, yeah, maybe in August. And this is this was in June when I was talking to her, and I was like, damn.
Yeah, it's July 2nd.
All right, let me go to somebody else I know. And I went to Magnus, and he went, yeah, I'm really not taking on any graphic design stuff. I'm so busy.
Yeah, he's been posting a lot of stuff he's doing lately.
So I was like, okay.
Okay, I'm losing people I know.
Yeah, right. That's kind of so like, can you think of anybody who...
I do have a friend who's a graphic artist.
Like digital?
Yeah.
Because I need this as like a digital...
Yeah, I do have a friend. I'm not going to say their name, but I will say that this person...
Come into the mic more.
I'm going to say this person did do roller derby, and they are my friend.
All right, I'm going to turn the mic down for a second because I can't wait.
Yeah.
Who is that?
Oh no, it wasn't Asa.
I turned it up.
Oh no, it was the Apocalypse.
Okay.
She's really tall.
The
I was also in a
the
fashion
derby
show
name
with
sounds
her.
familiar. Okay,
yeah, the
totally.
Apocalypse, and she was.
Could you reach out, please?
Yes, I have her phone number. I can reach out to her.
Okay.
Yes.
No, totally. Yeah.
I'll reach out to her and see if she has time.
Hey, it'd be awesome to bring someone new into the Stuart Pedasso family kind of thing. That would be awesome. I would love to have that.
Yeah.
Maybe even have her come on.
Yeah. Are we on now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What? I told you I put the mics back.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I'll ask her.
All right, cool.
Yeah, she's cool. I just don't know if she might be real busy too. I have no idea. So, but she did reach out to me recently because of my surgery, and that's a good segue. Surgery happening.
Right. So, I can talk about other Stuart stuff.
No,
there's not really much else. That's just the Cool Cats thing. That was the main thing. But if you haven't, you should totally check it out.
Yes.
There's right now. Look, I'll be upfront about this. The goal is for you to check out Cool Cats for Change. Hey, this is pretty cool. And at some point I want to have an email list so that we can send you like weekly alerts kind of thing. Here are the things you can click on and do. But at some point I want to start upping it, and I want to start giving y'all opportunities to literally hit the streets. Because I got a few things to talk about. We can talk about the Supreme Court. I want to talk about it's local.
Are not very Supreme Court because they pretty much
we can
suck.
talk about that and how to make talk about kids, how the kids are acting up all over the place. So maybe we can talk about that. I want to talk about what's happening in France.
Yeah, that's big news.
Yeah, and so I'm not saying you need to go burn them all down.
I don't
That's
know.
not what I'm saying.
I also think the French are kind of awesome and badass, and I love them.
Let's get to that. We'll get to that.
I love them. I'm going to be honest. I fucking love them right now.
That is the plan with Cool Cats, is to get you used to get, for those who haven't been doing it, who you're like, yeah, the shit sucks. Someone's got to do something to.
You're the somebody.
Yeah. Well, here's little things you can do. Right? It won't, one click or one email or one thing isn't going to change the world, but it's a start. And then once you get into that groove a little bit, let's up it a little bit, But anyway, we'll get to that down the road. And that's going to be impossible.
Nothing's impossible.
Do you know who I want to get on the show?
Who?
It's kind of a Cool Cats.
Who?
I don't know if I can get it done.
What's that?
Cornel West.
Oh, that would be a dream.
I know.
He's so famous, though.
I know.
He's like super famous.
I have connections.
Okay. I mean, that'd be cool. Yeah. I would be super impressed because I'm like, wait, he's like super famous, though.
I know.
You're like, but it would be awesome.
Well, he's actually trying to get the Green Party's nomination for president.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good nomination.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one.
Well,
I dig that. I'd vote for him.
If I can do a real quick thing.
Yeah. I'd vote for him over Biden. Because I'm going to be forced. So, I mean, I'll vote for him over Biden. That's sure.
Awesome. For better or worse, the Green Party's nomination process is way late, considering the corporate parties.
Right, of course. But it's the nature of the beast.
But we even asked about that because they kept moving in our state, New York State. They kept moving the primaries earlier and earlier for their own bullshit reasons, but whatever, they did. So our nominating convention is usually in July, and our primaries are in fucking the end of June. So I was like, we had a state committee meeting a couple weeks ago, and I was like, well, what do we do about that? And we don't know. So anyway, Cornell first started this when he said he looked to get something called the People's Party nomination. And I had heard of them.
I've heard of them.
But
I don't know anything about them.
And apparently there's the main dude who's running that show. First of all, that's a red flag for me, because if there's one person who's running shit, that's a hierarchy, and that's not really what I'm looking for my personal.
Right, you're looking more,
yeah,
for more cooperative.
Right, and apparently this guy's really fucked up. Like there's some financial shit he's doing, and like a lot of people have actually already left this party that isn't a party yet because of this guy's financial shadiness. So when he first reached out to the People's Party to run, everybody kind of went, okay. And then I think a few more people reached out and said, hey, he has come out in support of Jill Stein before. So he knows the Green Party. And I think he kind of went, I don't know if he did. I would love to ask him. Maybe I should do both, or at least maybe start angling towards the Greens. And so we'll see how that works. But I would like to get Cornel West.
Oh, yeah, that'd be so fucking cool. I would feel so like, my God.
Remember that time you wrote that book about race?
That was awesome. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Remember that book you wrote?
Yeah. Remember when you did that hip hop CD and you had Prince on it and a bunch of other people? That was awesome.
Did he do that? Oh my God, that is awesome.
We play it. I have it right here. I'll show it to you during with.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, it's
God,
good.
that makes him even cooler.
Yeah.
Man, that makes him even cooler.
Yeah, no.
God.
I won a contest at a New Year's Eve party once. It was like somebody would bring up a topic and you had to go around and give an example of each one. And one of them was hip hop MCs. And so I had it in my pocket until people were like fading out, right? And I went, Cornel West. And everybody went, no, he never left out. And I was like, look it up. Didn't know him. I got it. Look it up. And actually one person had to go, yeah, he did. He's right. It was like the white guy won hip hop MCs because I had Cornel West in my back pocket.
Damn, that is good.
Yeah. So fuck with me, man.
Anyway.
So you were on assignment.
I was on assignment.
It was quite the assignment.
I'm going to get a beverage.
Okay.
So we can talk about.
There's non-beer if you don't want beer. I'm just saying. It's up to you.
I'll try one of these Monterey's.
Okay. They're like nothing.
Yeah, I figured.
They're all these special.
Okay, I can try one of these.
Yeah.
Anywho, yeah, cheers. I was on
5.3 alcohol.
Okay,
It doesn't
so-
even taste like it.
Yeah. So, yeah, I was on assignment.
What was your assignment, Melissa?
AKA, I had a hysterectomy.
Whoa! So jealous.
Yeah, I bet you've been wanting a hysterectomy
Well, I've
forever.
been looking on eBay for one, but
You know. So, yeah. On this past Monday, the 26th of June, I had a hysterectomy.
so less than a week ago.
Less than a week ago.
And you're here.
I'm here
You
in the
made up
studio.
3 flights of stairs, dude.
did.
How did that happen?
So, let me tell you about the surgery I had.
Yeah, you should do that.
I should. It's amazing.
So, okay. So quickly, and this is another thing that beer's going to help me with. I get really weird when people start describing medical procedures, and that's totally fine. Don't hold back. But just as
I
like,
don't even have to get into that detail.
well,
about
whatever
it.
detail you want to get
Yeah,
into.
it's the major part is actually just really cool.
So just if you see me rocking a little bit, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Just a little skeevy.
Yeah.
Little skeevish, little
It's
squeamish,
actually
little...
it's more sympathy pain than anything.
You know what? Even before you said it, I had a feeling. I was thinking in my head, I bet that he's going to talk about sympathy pain.
No, that's totally
because you're an intuitive person.
But that didn't happen until I got to my 30s. You could have done
you
whatever.
probably became more intuitive and more open when you got in your 30s, which isn't a bad thing, I guess. Anywho,
It was all those Hallmark movies
all those
I watched.
Hallmark movies.
Okay, I'm
Before
sorry.
they
Go
got
ahead.
Christian. So yeah, I had a hysterectomy. The reason I had a hysterectomy, whatever. People have them for all kinds of reasons, but I'm 51 years old, certainly within the age of wanting to have one. I got one because I have had abnormal cells in my on my cervix. So every time I've had a pap smear. Now nowadays most women only get them. I should say most people with uteruses. Excuse me. Let me say that better. Most people with uteruses only get pap smears if they have a normal cervix, like every couple years, every 2-3 years.
You know, the pap smear was invented by Mr. Pap Smear. He was the Naked Gun.
Yeah, probably. It probably was invented by a guy though. A lot of
That's why it's called a hysterectomy,
yeah, not a Hearst.
not a hersterectomy. I know.
So stupid. Anyhow,
Words matter.
Yeah, they
Melissa.
do. Yeah. Anyway, so I have had abnormal cells, so I kept having to have a pap smear every year. Fun, and every year they would be abnormal, and then I'd have to come back for a second invasive surgery or invasive procedure to check them again, and then sometimes I'd even had to come back for a third, even more invasive procedure to check for it. And each time I did the more invasive thing, it would come back as, nope, you're good. So it's like, all right, we'll do. So we played this for 5 years. We played this fucking game. And I will tell you, a few years ago, before, somewhere between 1 and 5 years, I told my doctor I wanted to have a hysterectomy because I am nervous about cancer, because both of my parents have had cancer. My mom has cancer right now. So my father died of cancer. My mom has it right now. Yeah, a little nervous about that. And, but he didn't want to do it because of regret, I guess. I'd already had my tubes tied. So it wasn't like I was having more babies. And I was already at that point in my late 40s. Yes, I could have still had a baby because I was still getting periods, but
Did you want to?
No,
That's what I'm saying, bro. You've
No.
never come here and said, "Ooh, I just hung out with someone's baby. I want a baby."
Right. I hang out with somebody's baby and like, oh my God, that baby was so cute. So onto my life now.
Right.
Yeah. It's like, I love babies. I will hang out with a baby. I will babysit a baby. I will change
someone
a
in my
baby
family would do
diaper.
that.
I am not interested in having more babies. And I haven't been interested in having more babies for a very long time. Even before I was with Dan, I didn't want more babies. So, yeah, I've known him for a long time, but they didn't listen to me. So I had to have this happen now when I'm in my 50s, when I'm in my early 50s. Probably could have been a little easier surgery. But what they didn't have years ago was the type of surgery I had.
See, I didn't know if it was okay to ask you about that. The fact that you're here in less than a week, you must not have had where they just split
You open.
Yeah.
So when my mother had a hysterectomy, for different reasons,
and gut you open is a medical term. You can go look that up on WebMD.
they do pretty much gut you open though in that area to take the organs out.
It's okay. Keep going.
Yeah, right.
All right.
So when my mom had the surgery in the 80s, she was in the hospital for 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
I was out of the hospital in less than 24 hours.
I won't say who. I won't say who, but in talking with somebody else, that person who had one said that they couldn't really do much for 6 weeks.
Yeah, that's pretty common.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the times before now.
Right, with the rusty saw and
with the rusty saw they used to way they used to do
Civil
it back
War
then.
surgeon.
Yeah. So now they have it's called laparoscopic, the type of surgery I had
That's what they said.
The type of surgery I had for even having my tubes tied a few years ago was laparoscopic. It's done with a robot now.
Uh-oh.
I saw the robot.
Oh dear.
And okay, so anybody who doesn't know, Dave knows, but I love robots. I collect robots. Robots are my jam.
That wasn't where I was going, but okay, go ahead.
I was excited when he first told me it was done by a robot. I was like, what? A robot's going to do my surgery? I mean, there's obviously the surgeons are there and they're doing their thing and all that. But what this does is it basically fills your inners with gas. So it has more room. So it fills your belly with gas. It goes in. It does snip, snip, snip. Takes your things out. And I won't tell you how they take it out, but they do take it out.
Well, they got to take it out. That's the definition.
Yeah, they do have to take them out. I will just say it. They take it out through your vagina. The pieces.
How else would they?
I didn't know. I didn't know if they took it out through the top of where it is, or they're like, yeah, we take it out. Though my doctor told me they take it through the vagina. I'm like, no way, because at first I thought I wouldn't bleed. He goes, no, you'll have a little bit because that's what they do. I'm like, oh, okay, weird. But not weird. I mean, it made sense once I talked about it. You're like, I'm not thinking about it.
No, you're fine. I told you, go for it.
Okay, so that's really all there was to that. Anyway, I got to see the robot when I first went in because all they do is give you a mild sedative to make sure you don't
my
freak
vagina
out.
closing as we speak.
Yeah, they give you a mild sedative before they bring you in.
Mild? Shit.
Well, they want you to stay awake because when you get into the surgery, they ask you if this is one of the things you've had surgery, so you know they ask you several times before you have surgery. What is your name? What is your birth date? Why are you here?
The last time I had surgery was
somebody asked me that five or six times.
Yeah, no.
Somebody was asking me that question.
Actually, you know what? I guess technically it was a surgery. My eye thing.
It's still surgery.
Yeah, they did ask me that a lot. You're right.
Yeah, they ask you. They want to make sure that
when
you know
I had
why you're here.
my shoulder done. No.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? That was Civil War surgery.
Well, now they ask that question many times. They do also ask the question, even though the nurse was there and she was obviously new in training because the other nurse was there and helping her through the process of asking me all the questions. Mm-hmm. They did ask me the question if I was safe at home. Mind you, my husband was sitting right there next to me. And I said, I love that you asked that question. Yes, I am safe at home. And then she goes over and she looks over at Dan and then she looks at you, she goes, generally we don't ask that question if the partner is right there. I go, yes. I go, that is a great question. I go, yes, I am safe at home. And, we had a little laugh, but it's great that they do ask that question. What else? I don't know. They just ask a lot of questions over and over again. So when you go in, you have to be sort of awake because when they take you into surgery, they have to ask you that question one more time. What is your name? What is your birthday? And why are you here?
Okay, fine. Then knock my ass out.
Then they knock your ass out. Yeah, then they knock your ass out. Then you have my anesthesiologist, I don't remember his name, but he was hilarious. He was really funny.
Yeah, there's something weird about anesthesiologists.
Aren't they
weird all think people? They're funny. He
was actually kind of funny. I had a laugh. I giggled with him.
Because they're on the gas so much.
Maybe. I don't know. He was an older man. He was funny. He had a very New York Jewish type kind of attitude.
When I had my eye thing, we talked about that because I asked about redheads needing more anesthesia, and his response, I hope he was kidding. He was like, "Yeah, I heard something like that." And he goes to the nurse, did you hear something like that? And I'm going, dude, you're supposed to be the man.
I'm sure he was joking.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm sure he was messing with
it's
you.
Like, bro, I really do not need this right now, okay?
So
to dig into my eye.
Yeah, digging in my eye. I don't want to hear you talking like that. Ooh. See, eye surgery freaks me out. Eyes freak me out. So
I will say this.
What? Yeah.
My eye is super A-okay.
Oh, I'm sure if I had to have eye surgery, I would have it. I mean, if I was told, oh yeah, you got to have eye surgery, like, all right, I guess I'm having eye surgery.
I asked if they could have the spoon they used to dig in there, but they didn't give me a spoon.
They didn't do that.
So anyway, back to your vagina.
So my vagina. So robot. So yeah, they blow you up.
Is it 8 miles wide?
Oh my God, it might be now.
Oh, sweet.
Fabulous.
You know the next line.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Everyone
can come inside. Yeah.
I'm done.
Okay. Thank you. So, I woke up still in. Okay, so when I woke up from anesthesia, I was still in surgery. Usually, any other time not in surgery, but in the surgery room.
Okay.
Sorry, that did happen to me the first time I had surgery, so it was a very terrible thing. I don't want to talk about it right now.
that happened to me during my colonoscopy. I don't want to talk about that either.
Good. Then that's all we need to say about it. But no, I woke up after the surgery was done, and my doctor's there. Oh, it was great. It was great. Everything went great. And I'm like, they're like, do you want something for the pain? Yes, I do want something for. Yeah, I'm going to give you this drip thing in your IV. Now I'm going to give you this other thing. And then do you want an oxycodone? Yes, I want an oxycodone. I want all the drugs you can give me right now. All the fucking drugs. So this is the most I've ever had anesthesia, and this is the most invasive surgery I've had. I have 3 sutures on my body. It's interesting. You'd think you'd only have one, but no, I got in 3 different places.
Don't stop. I'm all right. I'm here. Serenity now.
But coming out of anesthesia was so weird and surreal. Like the person who I was talking to, the nurse, she was from the Caribbean, whatever you want to say it. So she had a little bit of an accent. Like I can understand her, but and she was really, really nice. She was really lovely. But she had the bit of the accent. So I was still kind of, a couple times I had to have her repeat herself. But for the most part, I just couldn't fucking say anything. I just was like listening. Like I just wanted to go to sleep in the worst way. All I wanted to do was go to sleep. I just wanted to close my eyes.
Duh.
So they basically just, I could have stayed for 23 hours. You're allowed for this surgery to stay for 23 hours. But, as my doctor said, and as I said, I'm like, no, I want to fucking go home. I saw the beds I could have, it was just like, it was just like one of those curtain bed things, the bed with the curtain on it.
Yeah.
And if you were lucky, you'd fall asleep. I wouldn't have fucking fallen asleep anyway. So I definitely wanted to go home. So, my husband came. My husband did not stay while my surgery was being done because he had to go home to the dog.
Okay. How long was the surgery?
About 3 hours.
Okay.
So he went home. I was like, first of all, I was late. I was over 3 hours late for surgery because they had the room that got used before us, because they only have 2 rooms with the robot in it. So one of the robot rooms, the surgery that was before me went way over time and stuff. So, it happens. Shit like that happens.
This is, a local question, but which hospital was it?
Strong.
Okay.
So, it happens. I mean, surgeries take longer. Something happens when they take longer, whatever. But it did suck because I was 3 hours late for surgery and that kind of. But it also gave me time to kind of process what was going on, so I wasn't as anxious when I actually got rolled in.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I think gave me some time to process it, and I didn't like the second time I had surgery. I had a panic attack before surgery, but this did not. This time I did not. No. So that was good.
Okay.
Yeah, it was good.
And then a question, but I'll.
So yeah, so they wheeled me out. I went home. I took another oxycodone. I didn't take another oxycodone. I just went to, because I had taken one at the they had given me one intravenous. Oh no, they gave it me in my tongue. That's right. I actually took it. They gave me one in my mouth. And then there was a couple things they gave me that were intravenously they gave me. And So I didn't want to take anything because I didn't know, like, I didn't want to overdose on anything. I was nervous about overdosing on anything if I took any extra painkillers.
Yeah.
You understand, right?
I do.
I was like, oxycodone is not the same thing as Oxycontin, and it's also not the same thing as like Demerol or anything like that. But I was still nervous about it. Finally, it was like 4:00 in the morning or so. I still couldn't sleep because I was in pain and just sore. Could not get comfortable. No way could I sleep where my sutures felt comfortable. I mean, they're right on my belly. Like, you just can't get caught.
Yeah.
And I can't sleep on my back. I just can't. And actually, that didn't feel any better either. What felt best is for me to be on one side, and then I would just kind of move my belly over a little bit, because my belly for several days was huge. It looked like I was fucking pregnant from the air that they pump into you.
Sure. I'm fine. Go. Don't.
Fucking pregnant. I was huge. I looked at myself naked today for the first time and went, okay, my belly looks almost like my normal kind of belly, not the one that was pumped full of air.
I understand.
One of the best advice I got was from my friend Darren, who had surgeries also with the robot.
Oh, okay.
Gas X. So you could fart it and burp it out.
Okay.
That was a good idea because it did help. But so I was in pain basically for 2 days.
Do you think?
And then I woke up. Oh, and the oxycodone sucked. I stopped taking it. I took 3 pills, and I have like a prescription for 20. I took 3 of them. They gave me really, really bad nightmares.
Yes, that's what codeine does to me.
Does it? Okay.
Yeah, it's actually on my records that I'm quote allergic to it, but it's
really, you just don't want it.
Nope.
It does the job as far as it helps with the pain, helps with the uncomfortableness, but the dreams I had were, I could feel the pain going. I took the pill, and like 2 minutes later, could feel it going right through my body, and I'm sure that's what people get addicted to, is that feeling.
I still remember the dreams I had.
I can remember.
This was 30 years ago.
I bet.
30-ish years ago.
Yeah, they were really, like, I can remember, like, the colors of the dreams, like, the different, like, it was just fucked up.
No, mine was not dolls.
They were very colorful.
Mine were actual babies, like the face melting, like later Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
Yeah, no, I woke up from that and said, done. And I hadn't taken codeine
apparently
since.
This is common. I didn't know that it was, because I posted about it on Facebook, and I had several friends who have also had oxycodone and were like, oh yeah, that stuff sucks. Oh, those are the worst. And they're tiny pills, so taking even a half of one would be hard. But I'm not going to throw them out yet, because I'm wondering if I could, sometimes I have really bad back pain and neck pain.
That's true.
And I thought, maybe if I can somehow get a half of one, if that could make me feel less pain but not knock me out, so I won't have fucked up dreams. So I don't know. I don't need it right now.
Did I ever tell you I had, for my back, I had muscle relaxers?
Oh no, I like muscle relaxers.
No, I know, but I
those are nice.
I wasn't paying attention one day, and in my morning med routine, I accidentally took a muscle relaxer instead of my blood pressure med. And I didn't realize it. And I'm like wondering the rest of the day, I was so exhausted at school. I could not figure out why. I was so damn tired. And then when I got home to take my meds at night, I realized that the back pain med, or the muscle relaxer bottle, had moved up to the front.
So you knew it was that.
So I realized, oh my God, I didn't take my blood pressure med. I took a muscle relaxer. No wonder I was exhausted all day.
Man, I'm surprised you could even, because I take a muscle relaxer and I'm like, all right, nighty night, folks. Well, I am out.
My head just went.
I would almost have rathered that, because really all I needed was to just be like relaxed enough to fall asleep. It did help with the pain, but honestly, so I'm not on any pain medicine. So by Thursday,
you the man, Melissa.
By Thursday morning, I was like up. Took a shower because I didn't really feel like I barely felt like eating even for like 2 days. I forced myself to drink water.
You're going to come back off the disabled list way earlier then.
Oh, absolutely. I already told my boss, I said, I don't think I need 6 weeks. I'd rather go back earlier and have more money, to be honest.
Fair enough. Yeah,
I mean, I like my job, so it's not like I'm going,
Yeah,
it's not like I'm going to a job I hate. So I'm like, I'm fucking milking it, because I actually like what I do now. So I already told my boss, I do not foresee me needing 6 weeks. I think it'll be closer to 4. I feel like the only thing I can't lift things.
Right.
And I'm still not taking my dog out and stuff because she's too rambunctious.
Yeah.
And I'm afraid of her jumping.
Yeah.
She might jump on me. So Dan's doing all Rosie duty, literally taking her out to duty. Because usually I do the morning because he's not a morning person and I'm more of a morning person. So I'm usually the one that takes her out in the morning, but I actually have to wake him up now and go, hi, honey, I'm sorry. But Rosie's awake. You have to take her out. But as soon as my scars are healed, I just have to wait for, because it's those sutures that come out on their own. They kind of disintegrate on their own. So I just have that hasn't happened yet. And I figured I probably should stay home until at least that.
Oh, yeah. No,
because you don't want that nonsense happening.
I know,
and I can't lift things.
And
so
I know this is an American thing, but you don't have to work through shit. I mean, they make it so you kind of have to just because of economics and stuff. But
I know,
God
but
damn,
I'm also,
man.
and
I know
and
you
if
like
I
your
was,
job, but
I like
damn,
my job,
heal.
and if I didn't have, I'm totally gonna heal. I'm not gonna go back before the sutures are healed, because that just doesn't make sense.
Right.
Because an accident could happen easily at work. Let me tell you, so I'm sure I've talked about this before, that I'm kind of a clumsy person. I tend to be a little bit, because I really think part of it is the whole ADD thing, is because I'm just like 5 steps ahead. Instead of being in the now, I'm 5 steps ahead, so I'm not paying attention. This is definitely making me have to stay in the now, because now I'm very concerned about, because
Sure.
I've gotten bruises on my belly plenty of times from knocking into shit, just being
And your stomach?
Oh yeah, like on a table or something. Like a table's right. I mean, it's some of them are around the same height as my belly. So I've gotten bruises on my stomach and things like that. I'm very, very white. In case you hadn't noticed, so when I bruise, you see it.
I know, I understand that, but I mean, just the fact that you're saying you got to stop hanging out at Hooters.
Right.
If you haven't been to a Hooters, most of their tables are like boob height on purpose. I assume.
Yeah.
That can't be by coincidence.
I'm sure they're not.
Yeah.
So yeah, I
think we talked about that on the show. Didn't we talk about that?
I don't know that we ever
did.
talked about that.
It feels like we have.
So yeah, I have to stay away from. I'm like being really careful, like when I'm walking around corners.
Sure.
I'm like touching the corner of things and
Sorry,
stuff, so I don't.
didn't
hit
Melissa-proof the room, so yeah, please be careful.
Yeah, because I could totally see myself.
I got shelves falling down on their own, so you just be careful, please. You need a hard hat
behind me. I'm kind of nervous about
That's
this
fine.
falling.
That should be.
I know.
Dude, you know how heavy that thing is? Oh my
I'm
God.
sure it's fine. I'm not worried.
Getting that thing up here was killer.
I bet.
If I ever sell this house, that thing's staying. Motherfuckers. That and the piano.
So yeah, less than a week later than of my surgery, and
here you are.
I'm just sitting
3
here.
stairs, man. How you feeling?
I feel fine.
Awesome.
I haven't taken any. You know what has been hurting is my neck, because I'm working on making bracelets for Pride, because I'm going to be doing that again this year.
You are. Pride's coming up.
Pride in Rochester is coming up. So
the 15th. It is.
Yeah.
You know how I know that? See, because this is news to you. I'm about to tell you something. You ready? Because we almost had a guest on for the show on the 15th, and that person said, well, it's Pride. I can't do that.
Yeah.
So instead, we're doing the show on the 16th, which is a Sunday. Now you know.
Now I know.
I don't have a time, though.
Okay.
Special K.
Awesome.
Yeah. It's going to be good.
That's going to be awesome.
She's super psyched.
Oh, she should be psyched.
In studio.
I'm excited.
In studio.
I am so psyched
Not
for
even
it.
a Zoom thing.
Yeah, she reached out to me too to see how I was doing too, because she's awesome. I even got a get well card from one of the people I work with at the store. Isn't that nice?
Was I supposed to send you a card?
No,
I have plenty.
nobody sent me cards except
What?
for this one. No, actually,
what I'm
it's not
saying.
true.
Should I have sent you a
The
card?
other person that got me a card is actually my ex-husband's other baby mama.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
You know Jerry has a second kid, don't you?
No.
oh, that's weird that we've been friends all this long and you didn't know that Jerry has a son named Christopher.
Oh, no, wait, I do. I'm sorry.
I'm like,
I
that's
apologize. No. I apologize. Oh, my God. I haven't heard of him in such a long time. I forgot. Yes, I do.
Yeah. So Laura's her name.
Sorry, that's like a old baby mama.
Yeah.
I thought it was something like a newer baby mama.
No. Laura, no. Christopher's older than my son.
But I haven't heard of. We actually have talked about Christopher on the show, and I totally forgot. It's been such a long time.
Yeah, I'm like, I feel weird that you don't know that. I'm like, I feel like you
just needed that refresher. There's a lot
so
of shit in my head.
A lot of stuff. So yes, my ex-husband does have another child that
is correct.
And his mom is named Laura, and Laura and I are totally fine with each other. We've never had like that baby mama like fight each other bullshit or anything like that. I don't know. I feel like we're both adults, and why? I don't know, it just seems silly.
Yeah.
So yeah, we get along fine. She sent me the loveliest card and a little bit of money.
Oh, okay.
I know, it was a little, and then I thanked her. And then I sent her a message on Facebook. I was like, thank you so much. It was so thoughtful of you. And she just sent me like, you were just one of those people. I'm going to paraphrase. I don't know how she said it, but it was really lovely. She said, you're one of those people. She goes, you're always there to help out and put out beautiful things in the world. I just want you to know that there's people in the world that appreciate you too.
Oh,
it was so beautiful. And I was like, man, Laura.
I never say shit like that to people I know.
You should. You should sometimes. It's good.
I know.
Yeah, I do. I try to.
Sorry.
Like, I mean, that was so.
Sorry,
yeah.
I made that about me. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
It's you can. I mean, it's our show. It's you and me.
No,
so.
I know, but still.
But yeah, I just thought that was just a beautiful thing to say.
Yeah, totally.
And I read it to Dan, and he was like, "Oh, my God, that's so nice of her." And yeah, it's nice. And you know what? She's right. I really do. I really, truly try to put it out there to try to do what I can to make things a little better, even if it's just like a little bit of money here or there, or a shout out to a friend, or or sharing something on social media to help somebody out or whatever. I don't know. I don't do it for the accolades. I just feel like it just makes me feel right. I just feel like it's the right thing to do. There's no other. I just feel that there's no other way to live. If you're not out there of service and helping other people out that need your help, then what the fuck are you doing in the world? If you're not giving service to others.
That has recently come up in a conversation I've had with people. Sorry.
Yeah, you're like trying not to be like a jerk about it.
Let's say something in the counseling therapist milieu. Mm-hmm. We'll put it that way.
Yeah. Being of service to, I just feel like that's the only way to live your life.
Because I'm not quite ready to talk about it yet, although maybe in the next week I will, at least on the show. I'm more welcome to tell you, but sorry, y'all.
Yeah, y'all just have to wait for more information.
I am in the process of getting ready to get out there again, like for reals. Mm-hmm. Cool Cats for Change is legit. I'm not saying that's not, but I mean something that's more local and requiring my physical presence and in rooms of people and shit like that. No, I'm not running for office again. That is not going to be a thing.
But you can always help other people.
Not on this.
There's always ways to help other people. Yep. That's actually really what I'm like. There's always a way. If you see a friend, like you see a friend that posts something and you're like, man, if I reach out to, I'm just using social media because we all use social media. So I'm using that as an example. But, you see a friend, they post something, see they're struggling, having a moment. Maybe don't just like the post. Maybe send them a message and go, hey, saw your thoughts. Hey, saw you. Just want you to know you're my thoughts. You don't have to fucking be a big thing. A friend's struggling. You see they might need a little bit of money. You're like, oh, I got $20 I can send them. Fucking send them $20. Like, just do it. Just send them $20. I had a friend reach out to me recently, knew I was having some struggle. So she gave me $20 and some carrots because I was out of carrots. I mean, it's fine. Yeah. It's fine. She actually offered to buy me other things other than the carrots. I go, actually, all I really need is some carrots. I forgot to buy carrots last time I went
I don't have
shopping.
carrots. I'm going to have carrots. I don't have them yet.
Ooh, the last time you had carrots, they were good. They were sweet.
They're growing.
Oh, they were really sweet the last time. I hope they're still sweet. I don't know how much more time we have, but...
Of the show? Or
Yeah, the toe.
Oh, okay. Whatever. 15-ish.
15-ish.
Yeah, we're fine.
All right. I'm trying to think if there was anything else. So I've been mostly home. Been catching up on some shows, hanging out with my husband, trying to sleep, working on bracelets. Yeah, I got a bunch on my wrist.
You do. I was going to say something, but it didn't fit in yet.
Yeah, but yeah, I got a bunch on my wrist. And I decided this year,
Yeah.
I didn't do it last year, but I'm going to do it this year. So the new thing this year is I will be Rocks and Relics, me and my husband.
Yeah.
He will be helping me this year, which I'm excited about. We'll be at the corner of Barrington and Park in Rochester during the Pride Parade.
Okay.
And before the Pride Parade, and probably a little bit after, however long I have them. But I'm also going to be making some bracelets that have natural stones on them in Pride colors. So I'm really kind of excited about that.
So I think we say this every year, but we should really make an effort for next year to do something at Pride,
Yeah.
like we did at the Erotic Arts Festival.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah. I mean, you could do the Rocks and Relics at the same time. We could just, yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't. I mean, it gets pretty crazy. Like last year when I did it, it got pretty crazy, and my sort of daughter, kind of daughter, Kaya, just happened to come by when I was out there, and she ended up like staying with me and helping me out, selling a few because it got kind of busy.
Well, yeah.
I was really happy to.
No,
I was
totally.
happy to have. I'm so happy my husband's going to come. I asked him. He's like, "Oh yeah, absolutely." He doesn't know it. I got him a special T-shirt to do it too. He doesn't. I told him he gets it tomorrow, but I got him he won't hear this. So I got him a Buffalo Bills Pride shirt.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he's
he definitely won't hear it. I'm having a weird, dumb, stupid issue with the podcast.
Yeah,
This probably isn't getting put up tonight.
probably not. It's okay.
I'm just telling you.
Yeah, it's not gonna.
Not my choice. It
I'm gonna have a
would
beer.
if, yes. Could you grab me one, please?
Yes, I will.
Thank you.
I don't know if I have much more to talk about, Dave.
No, well, there's things. We still got a little bit. We don't have that much time left.
I mean,
so,
I'm just gonna say I'm really grateful for how awesome medical science is. I'm so fascinated that, you know, in the 80s, how many years ago is that now? Is that 30 years ago ish?
sure.
So, no, 40 years ago ish. 40.
Say how old you are.
Yeah. Anyhow, pushing 40 years. That my mom had this surgery that on day 4, she was still in the hospital. Day 4 at my house, I was up at 9 o'clock, had a shower, made myself some breakfast,
Moved
made
your
some
barbells
coffee.
up to the attic.
Yeah, right. So,
Worked on a transmission.
yeah. So it's like I was like doing like normal like shit at my house, like a normal person without any pain on the same day, 4 days later, whereas my mom was still in the hospital. That's incredible to me. And I know that sometimes, I know a lot of people out there are like, oh, everybody's like, thank God for pray to God for, for things to be better. Pray to God that your pain will go away. Pray it away and all that. This is what I think about that. And if you want to be into God and stuff, that's cool. I'm fine with that. But I feel like if that's the case, like, couldn't you just argue it that God put man on here and to take care of each other, to take care of ourselves, to take care of each other. And in that, we have developed amazing medical technologies. We've done that. We, as human beings, have figured out amazing medical technologies. And if God put us on this earth, God put us on this earth with these amazing brains that we have, and we're able to do that. And that's pretty fucking incredible. So if somebody wants to say it's God, that's fine. But it's, God put us on this earth, and we have these great brains. Great brains turned into great machines that gave me a really, really easy surgery.
Robots can do a number of many things to people's vaginas these days.
Apparently.
No.
Apparently.
Just saying.
Yeah.
We briefly talked about this last week while you were on assignment.
Oh, yeah?
Well, we got a solicitation in Stuart's email from a sex toy company that seems to focus on safe, like things made of safe material.
Ooh.
Right.
Ooh,
so I just have not had a chance to really check them out yet.
Yeah.
I need to. I'm on quote unquote vacation. So I need to do that before
that'd
school
be really
starts
cool.
up again. Yeah. So I'm hoping to reach out to them and kind of figure out what's going on. So to add to our long list of companies, of businesses that we hook up with at stuartprodesto.com. Sorry. What was that? Had to slip that in.
Hang in there.
Yeah, because I'm smooth like that.
You are smooth.
Oh, yeah, I'm smooth.
You're a smooth operator. Like so.
Ooh. I like that song.
That song's awesome.
Yeah. It totally is.
Yeah. Well, Sade. Whew. God, she's gorgeous.
Okay.
Just saying. She's real pretty.
So, how about the Supreme Court, huh? How about the Supreme Court, huh?
Oh, yeah. They suck so much.
They do.
Oh, my God. Don't they suck so bad?
They do.
Except for like 3 of them.
Yeah, still.
But still, they're not supreme. They're average at best. And not even that.
So look, here's the deal. Feel free to go blah, blah, blah. It's all Trump's fault. Fine. Because he put those 3 people on there and whatever.
So on some level, yes.
Well,
on some level.
On a superficial level, I get it.
Yes.
But
that's what I'm saying more.
Right. But if you can see things more beyond black, white, right, wrong, this, that the world is kind of gray. This issue has been going on for a really long time. Mm-hmm. And let's be honest, a lot of the things that we're bitching about the Supreme Court could have been handled at the congressional / presidential level for a long time, whether it was Roe v. Wade, it could have been codified. There's a lot of different ways this could have been, but
the whole Anita Hill thing that should have changed everything.
Right. And actually we have
and Joe Biden going, I'm sorry, I didn't believe you, Anita Hill now doesn't fucking help anything.
Look, Joe Biden, if you go back and look at his shit, he was a scumbag. Well, he still is anyway, but he fucking this crime bill, the shit with Anita Hill, thing, anti-abortion shit, thing after thing after thing. Yep. He sucked in the Senate. I don't care if he had a Democrat label next to his name. He fucking
I feel like it just kind of proves that Democrats in many ways are not any better.
Right. So here's the thing. So
they're slightly better, but not that much better.
If you need as a Band-Aid for this huge gunshot wound to like say I have to vote for as many Democrats as possible, do what you got to do, man. Do what you feel, what you got to do. But there's something that we put up at stuartprodesto.com, and I will repost the link. It's still there on the website, showing how Democrats have approved all of these crappy. Tons of crappy SCOTUS justices, right, over the years. So they've been relatively complicit, right? And there's memes going out now about things Democrats could have done that wouldn't have had this layout of the Supreme Court, and they didn't. Mm-hmm. And I seriously, and it is on our list we have a bookshelf at stuartprodesto.com of books, including like Matt's book, who we've had on the show, and another one that
I'm finally finishing that too. That's part of what I'm doing while I'm on vacation.
I have 2 other books I have to finish before I get to this. Everyday Utopia. I'm hoping to get her on the show, the author of Everyday Utopia. But anyway, but I really highly suggest you go to stuartprodesto.com to our bookshelf and get We the Elites from Robert Ovitz. And it really spells out with citations, right? This isn't some just, Breitbart, right-wingy kind of person just spewing shit. There are citations on why our country is set up so that people like you and I apologize for folks who are listening not in the U.S., but for folks in the U.S., why our country is set up on purpose like this. We're going to keep fighting amongst ourselves while the people in charge, the elites, whatever word you want to call them, the bourgeoisie, the whatever, are going to keep doing shit like this and getting away with stuff and solidifying their hold on our society, our food sources, our electricity sources, our water, shit like that. So does that mean give up? I can't speak for you. I'm going with a fight, whether it's in the street or on the internet or both or whatever. But again, kind of the reason coolcatsforchange.com is around. Look, the Democrats aren't going to help.
No, they're not.
They're going to fundraise off this. And I bet you a lot of U.S.
Oh, they're already?
Yeah, I bet you a lot of U.S. listeners.
Oh, you saw, I'm sure you saw Biden's response, or maybe you heard, I don't know if you know about Biden's,
No.
Biden had a response, and of course, it's like, dude, you didn't fucking do anything to make this any better.
No.
I mean, he said now he said they're going to put up forth another bill. I'm like, and then this one is going to get denied. Like, dude, y'all suck.
Yeah.
You suck. And you shouldn't be fucking running again. You suck.
Well, yeah. So all I'm saying is, again, like I've been trumpeting this for a while, is you got to get involved, man. Somehow, maybe even if it's at a local level. I keep seeing these stories pop up on how this town board or this whatever has been taken over by right-wing extremists. The local elections count too. Mm-hmm. Right,
local elections are the most important ones.
You gotta get involved, man, one way or another. Even if it's if you've never done anything, get a decent person and put their lawn sign up who's running for office. Do something, right?
Honestly, even that's good. Something.
It's better it's better than doing absolutely nothing. Something. So,
and that doesn't cost you anything. That's
in theory,
that's just helpful.
Unless you got a shitty candidate who wants a donation for their lawn sign. I have come across some people who've done that, yeah. So anyway, be pissed. Get pissed. Get involved. Jump in, man. As much as you can. I'm not saying give up your life to go fight the man, but start fighting the man. It's time. What else you waiting for, man? What else? I mean, it's almost become a cliche. It is, first they came for this, but that didn't affect me, so I didn't care.
Yep. I honestly thought with Trump in office and with him leaving office, like people would realize how important liberties are and stuff like that, but it's not actually gotten any better at all. So I'm like, I don't think it matters.
No.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
No, I mean, I like people still they're still like, well, Biden, the structural. I'm like, yeah, everybody can do something good. Even Trump probably did something that I would go, all right, I agree with it. Everybody can do something that's good, that is
broken
good for
clocks,
everybody.
Right? Twice a day.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying, if I look through every single thing that Trump signed, I bet I could find one thing in there that I would go, I agree with that. When everybody can do something good, including Biden.
So
I know bridges are being worked on, I guess, so people are excited about that. I mean, they should be, but it shouldn't have to take a fucking pill for that either.
Yeah, no, it's... I
mean, why can't we have nice things?
Well, so, look, it is because you can go to a drive-thru and get whatever coffee-based drink that you want whenever you want. Does that mean, okay, I'm good? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because I'll put it as my family. If you can get a hot dog 24 hours a day somewhere, I mean, it might be a 7-Eleven, unfortunately, but you can get a hot dog in the U.S. somewhere. Mm-hmm. Does that mean everything's good?
Yeah.
I mean, there are actually folks who can't get that hot dog any time of day. So
because they're homeless,
right? I mean, it is almost cliche, but like, are we all free if some people aren't? And that's no. So you gotta do something.
You gotta keep working at it, man.
Yeah.
You gotta keep going.
But basically what we're saying is
Sucks, but we have to do it.
we need you, y'all. Look, and if you're listening to this in another country, I get it. Maybe in the country that's the happiest amongst all the countries, we still
I know.
yeah.
Okay, my Finnish friends, who I found out that I do have a little tiny bit of Finnish in me.
Okay.
My Finnish friends, I know you all say you're the happiest country in
What's
the
his name?
world. I could say I'm not saying. But y'all know you got problems there too. You got to still keep fighting the fight.
Yeah. So get in. And if you're not sure how, you're more than welcome to reach out to us. And there's plenty of ways, even if it's at a little scale. Do something. Again, you don't have to go like in France and set shit on fire.
Even though I kind of adore it.
Well, at some point,
Kind of love it.
I don't
Kind of love how fucking badass French people are.
say what you want. Say what you want, right? All the shit that the old dumb jokes about World War II and all that jazz. But the French get it a little bit more than the rest of us.
Yeah, they're badass. I love
It's like, what, you want to fuck with our pensions? Like, we work all those years and then you want to fuck with us?
Nah.
We're going to set your shit on fire, bro. Well,
French ain't playing. I love it.
right. Now, granted, as someone who's, you too, as it was in the Black Lives Matters protests, the government will come at you with tear gas and shoot you in the head
Shoot you in
and
the
do
head.
crazy shit.
Yeah,
but
they do that.
okay.
But you're all right. We're alive.
Well,
It hurt.
even if I wasn't
all right.
alive, I'd rather go out that way.
Oh my god, absolutely. Oh, I'd much rather go out. I either want to go out one or two ways. Either starting shit, fucking with shit, or very pleasantly in my sleep.
Yeah.
That's how I figured. Like, either I want to go out starting shit, or just fall asleep and be happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the two.
Not get eaten alive.
God no.
That's my number one. That's the top of my list.
Oh,
People do drowning and fire and stuff. No,
yeah,
I don't
drowning's
wanna
up
get
there
eaten.
for me.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
sure,
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
But I don't want to get eaten alive. That's my number one. Drowning's probably two.
Wow, eaten alive.
Yeah.
Wow. I've never even thought. Well, great. Now I got to think about it,
Sorry.
dude.
Too many damn YouTube videos and nature shows. I don't want to get eaten alive.
Julian Sands probably got eaten alive.
I just,
Rep. Sorry.
I don't know.
Sorry to the fans and
I just do
people
not
who love
wanna get
Julian
eaten
Sands.
alive.
Yeah.
I mean, in a bad way.
Right. I
Right.
mean, and there's a real positive way.
Oh, sure.
That's
No,
like
totally.
super awesome. But
Yeah. Right.
yeah.
No.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we are out of time.
Gosh, that was a fun show. I've missed you. I've been home for so much, and I've missed you. So I don't know. That was a good show.
I didn't know how your assignment was going, so I didn't want to bug
Who
you
knew?
too much.
Who knew how the assignment would go?
You totally could have told me everything was cool, and we could have. That's all right.
Yeah.
All
That's
right.
great.
So we'll be back next week with something. I do not know what. And then 2 weeks from now, we're going to have a guest. Special K will be back, making her
excited.
triumphant return.
So long.
We're actually going to talk. Well, I'm sure we're going to talk about a million things. There's a lot of things we could talk about. Oh my God, her life has changed since she's been on the show.
Shit, mama.
She's a mama, but
But
definitely
so
not
cute.
traditional way. Yeah, that's
No,
for sure.
she's so cool.
I don't know what I'm gonna have to talk with her ahead of time.
Yeah, we'll have to
that's
talk
what she
about
wants to
that
talk
ahead
about.
of time.
So, but and I'm announcing right now that we're gonna try to get Cornel West on. But he'll be like, who? No, he won't know.
But maybe he'll do it because he'll be like, "What?
No,
That's weird."
I have a connection.
Okay.
I'll tell you when we get off. I have 2 degrees of separation.
All right.
All right, so I'm going to try and get Cornel West on, but we'll see. We'll see.
All right.
So we'll be back next week. In the meantime, look, Stuart Pedasso Radio, always 24/7 playing music. If that's not your background to sticking it to the man, I don't know what is. It should be coolcatsforchange.com. You can do all that on all the social medias. And I don't know. We'll be back. Stick around. Peace.
Bye.
Hi, Tom Arnold here. Did you know that the ones with the highest rates of sexually transmitted infections are old people like you? It's true. And there's a reason for that. You want some dick, or pussy, Or both. Let's face it, you're old and you're a freak. I mean, what do these kids know about getting down, am I right? They think they know about eating ass? I was eating Roseanne's ass before they were even born. Oh, right. Nobody wants to hear that. So I'm here to tell you about the latest Medicare program. Call today to find out if you're eligible for a new Medicare XXX plan. Because with regular Medicare, things like x-rays are covered, but wands are not. Sure, you can get a proctology exam, but the minute you get into it, they escort you out. Look, the government realizes that it doesn't matter how old you are, you're not going to stop fucking. And so it's not like they haven't tried to stop you, putting you in a nursing home to die. It was all a plan to get you to stop fucking. But no, y'all ain't having it. Like that time on the set of True Lies where I got to eat Arnold's... Oh, right, nobody wants to hear that either. So, call right now, 1-800-626-2739. That's 1-800-NANA-SEX. Give them your AOL email address, and they'll tell you if you're eligible for this new Medicare XXX plan. But don't just listen to me. Listen to these sexy seniors.
I called 1-800-NANA-SEX. I tried to give the operator my social security number and bank account information, but she just wanted my AOL email address. Anyway, I don't have enough holes for all the dildos I have now.
Nice.
I don't know who that operator was at 1-800-NANA-SEX, but she sounded like my junior high phys ed teacher, Ms. Downey. Hot. Anyway, after calling and signing up for the Medicare XXX, I'm swimming in lube. It's a good thing I take water aerobics at the Y. They say you can never use too much lube. Well, I'm going to find out.
Ships ahoy!
Shuffleboard is great, but have you ever tried sex? No, seriously. I called 1-800-NANA-SEX and found out that Medicare XXX is the bee's knees. Hey, Tom, guess what I'm doing right now?
Hey, this is the Medicare plan Congress uses. No surprise there. Don't let Tom Cotton be the only one in government-issued assless chaps. Call 1-800-NANA-SEX and see if you qualify for Medicare XXX. Trust me, you do.